over there. As he wasn't there, nothing. The business was so good. And then he said he made very good money there. And he said he want to open up a business, but that's not enough. That's me the crown gave money. The other one, they told him to come back for part-time. He said, you're not coming part-time either because it's his own business. And that's how it's happened. They opened up a business in Ban Shalom Health, in that Emazika Vekara said in there. But my parents taught me, they start growing. The store was so full, Kanika, I couldn't put a needle on the floor. And everybody was crying, why are you going? And later on, the children got married, and my husband said he don't want to live in Hartford anymore because it's a modern city. He wants to live in a more friendly place like here. And we moved here, in everybody, we moved, the other people moved too. They kind of type like us.
So then you moved
and then...
Where'd you move to?
Here.
Where's that?
In Lakewood we moved. We was here. Uncle bought us here, but in Hartford we sold the business.
And then
Good. We sold the business. My husband said the children is married and this place is not so friendly, so we sold the business. It was full of merchandise. You don't even know how much in the basement, full all over. We could have more money too for that. We moved here.
And then you moved to Lakewood, New Jersey?
Yeah. You don't want to move. I don't want to move New York either. It's a big rush over there. I was raised in a quiet place. My husband don't want to. It wasn't so easy, but I'm telling you. We suffered plenty. The business didn't work right away either. John, we moved away from the crown. Then the business started to grow.
And what did you think of Lakewood when you got here?
I had to get used to it. My husband's very happy here. He's learning every day. He makes mitzvahs for the shul. The shul would broke down, and we have, thank God. My brother is not in life anymore. He said he don't want to be. In Lakewood, in Hartford, he said. My brother said, you got to save a little money. You have 4 children. You know what he said? He was young. I don't have to save. I said, I'm going to have business all the time. That's what he said, my husband. And then, that's what I did. I saved money, I put it away, and I gave it back for him, and I said, you buy stocks. You bought lots of stocks. We have stocks for $1 million. Today, and we go vacation, we go to Florida, I have the children. And
what made you decide to come move to Lakewood?
What?
Why did you come move to Lakewood?
Because my husband said he wants to be a more firm place. Here. The yeshivas, how many yeshivas they have today. And he does mitzvahs here, and you know how much... If I would have him got more or tzedakah, he gives even koyach. We not gave all of them. 1,000 letters come. We couldn't give all of them, but we gave a lot.
Is it important, do you think, today?
What?
Is that important to be able to give tzedakah? You feel that the fact that you both came out of the camps and that you're here in America today, you think that's a privilege, a school?
The Torah said, I learned a lot from the Jewish press that they have over their parts from the Torah. Are you coming from a modern place?
I guess so, yeah, pretty modern.
No, that's... from fire and from water and from all kind of things, even from dead, is more stronger the tzedakah, even from dead, even from marhamuz. 4 things, fire, from stones, from you name it, is the tzedakah is the most strongest even from dead, even from dead. In that when you give, I just found out if you give a lot of tzedakah, from every tzedakah grows an angel. That's true. My husband said in the Midrash, in the Baruch Shalom said, this is the most important in our lives, the tzedakah. Well, I come from a very fun place, and he comes, and I learned a lot. He sees even stronger from that. Could you imagine?
Did you go to Jewish religion?
And I never go to a Beis Yankov. My parents taught me. In Europe was Beis Yankov school for girls.
No.
My father hired a teacher to the house, and that's what we learned.
And you went to public school for English?
Yeah, I went to public school.
And then
English for yeah.
for secular.
Yeah, regular public school.
And then how did you learn the Hebrew things? From where?
For my parents.
And you said they brought somebody to the house?
Yeah. We had 20 years old boys, and they yeshiva boys.
And they taught you?
They taught us only davening, but the other things they didn't taught me. I learned from my parents.
You mean
Huh?
You mean
They huh?
like halachas that your parents?
Everything they did. Yeah, what did you ask me for? Was so important to me. But I came from the very, very big tzuras. And every day we was ready to die. I didn't know what tomorrow brings. And I still went back. I don't know what you asked me. I had boys, rich boys. Kara, you listen to that. After the our wedding in Budapest, a Budapest boy, he found everything. He was a handsome, nice young man, blonde. He was twice as much tall like my husband. And after the wedding, the day he came to my husband, asking if he allowed him to, me to walk him a little bit, walk him out on that street. I was already married. He hadn't got nothing from me anymore. He was crazy, Mashiach, after me.
What kind of wedding did you have?
Beautiful. I said I don't want a big wedding because my parents is not in life and nobody gonna enjoy my wedding. I just want 10 people in Tzerachip. You know, I had an aunt there. She's here and she's still in life. They had an aunt. My husband had an aunt, and she had 2 people very rich. They left them, and they did their wedding. And I had a beautiful wedding. My husband had a lot of money. He made black market cigarettes, American cigarettes. Need a lot of money, and he showed me this much money. I told him Yiddish, I'm not for sale. I am not gonna for the money. And because I saw my parents had so much money, and the day after, no money, no life, nothing. So they made me the wedding, beautiful wedding. I had friends from home, and my husband don't want me to go into the chuppah, and I wanted to borrow a wedding, and he gave me money. And what material, he gave me money for everything, for clothes, for everything, and made my friends who used to sew in my father had a sewing woman in the house. In the better dresses, we went to a city, and she was a nice. She made me the clothes. So
She made you your wedding gown?
Yeah, she made it like that, a skirt, and after the wedding she opened it up. And she made me a pleated skirt from it. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to borrow a wedding gown they had in Budapest. I borrowed a veil, My husband said he didn't want me to go into the chuppah and somebody else has gone. So you asked me why. I don't even know why I went back to Yiddishkeit. So I'm wondering, as it is Yiddishkeit after the Tzoras, the people keeping Shabbos, most of them didn't keep. But you couldn't wonder of them. Most of them didn't keep, just a new young generation. They are a lot of Belchovers too. But it's, I don't know, I was thinking of my parents. They did so much mitzvahs and they did, I don't want to make all the Shabbos. My sister did, she went Shabbos shopping. I was by her once, but I never told her because I couldn't, that's her life, she lives her life, I live my life.
You never machal Shabbos?
No,
Never?
I never did.
Even in the camps? No, in the camps.
You couldn't have machal Shabbos there, we didn't do nothing there.
No, but you didn't work on Shabbos? They didn't make
Yeah,
you work?
that's what we had to do.
And what about the food there?
Food?
The food in the camps?
We had to eat the food and then we would die. We had to eat the food, we had to work. And then they would kill us. I couldn't say it to them at Shabbos.
So today, now that you see your grandchildren and great-grandchildren keeping Shabbos, do you think that means something, would have meant something to your parents? Does it mean something to you? That you survived?
Sure.
What does it mean?
That means, well, listen, I couldn't tell my grandchildren what to do. I can't take my children had to keep Yiddishkeit, but my grandchildren wouldn't listen to me anyway. As they want to do. The grandchildren would tell me they have parents, they have to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But Naomi's husband is not so from, Don't tell Naomi's.
Really?
You know them.
Of course.
She goes with her teacher, she has a week, but she puts her down. I told her, Zadie comes home, and you couldn't say a bracha. You couldn't say a prayer if you haven't covered your... My daughter-in-laws have, Europe, the women cut the hairs. My brother's two daughters in Wilhelmsburg, they haven't got long hair. They go, I don't care for strangling in hair. My daughter-in-laws, my son in Canada, he sits and learns day and night, but his wife is not cut the hair, he just covers it up, like I do.
It's different levels.
But I'm thinking, I don't know, sometimes I don't believe it. I was there, or I lived through this, lot of things, I don't know.
What do you think is I know it's a lot and it's hard.
You can go Mashika, crazy, because when we came to the camp, a girl got mixed up and she took off her clothes and naked she was running around there and, they took her and we got somewhere. But this is wonder why we came out normal from that place. But a lot of people have nerve troubles. I have too. But not holy lads, I don't know, sometimes I'm weak, sometimes there. I was to the doctor, and the doctor said, it's not coming right away, they come years after what I lived through from that.
You said that you get money from...
I have money.
From them? From the...
Yeah, wait a minute, I had money, not too much, but in Hartford, I went to a doctor, such a nice doctor, he come from a home, but and he asked me 2 years, he never took a penny from. The psychiatrists, they counting the how many hour, half an hour, or for every minute they take $10, and he never took anything. And after 2 years, he asked me if I have money. I said no. So he bring me that letter, and he was a German, a Jewish, and he had a big name in Germany. He was he was a very educated man, and they know about him in Germany. And he wrote, he gave me the copy, I don't know when, he gave him the business. What do you think? I said, she was there, and he giving her for the medicine. In a few days, I had a telephone call to... They sent me papers to make up papers, and didn't go away a week or money a week. They sent Rückstand means they sent my husband 4,000. I had only 2,000 because they gave me already the $2,000. So the husband gave 4,000 in a payment. And you know what he did with that 4,000? He said, I don't want to use this money. He gave it away for tzedakah and for the children. My husband.
No, who sent you
the Germans.
The Germans sent you 2,000?
See, Rickstand, that means backwards. I had...
Reparations.
Yeah. But that wasn't too much money, so...
They don't send you still now money? Only...
You know, I have money.
They keep sending you?
Yeah.
How often?
Every month. I just had a check. I have still a check here.
How much money do they
You know, depends from the dollar. The dollar is very weak now. It wasn't for years. If the dollar is weak, then the German mark goes up.
So how much do they send you?
This time, lately, I never had so much money. You know, the doctor really will be in the Canadian, and he was a German, what I say, a lawyer in the court in Germany. He has a big name in Germany. That's why they sent me. And they paying me for the medicine too. And my husband just sent in the bill, and they just have a letter. Germany is sending the money. You know, that month I had $900. In last month I had 800 something. But when the dollar goes up, I had sometimes 400 too.
You have a check here?
Yeah.
Can we see it?
Yeah. It's here. I'm gonna
Some people didn't get it.
My sister hadn't got it.
How come?
And some people who wasn't. I have a friend, and she took two with witnesses, and she has, but not that much. I'm not having. Sometimes I have 400 too.
How come?
500.
How come your sister doesn't get anything?
I don't know. My husband did a lot of things too. When we hired a lawyer in Germany, because he saw newspapers, he's doing their things. We hired a lawyer, we paid them, so they did.
So what do you do with the money when you get it?
I'm throwing it in. You know, my husband threw this out last week. I have a lot of mail, and then I was up there, and I couldn't find a check, and I looked in my little garbage can, and that's what it was.
No, but what do you do with the money? You use it for tzedakah and for the kids?
Yeah.
You said you don't use it for yourself.
I gave away a year over $2,000. Gave it tzedakah. Tzedakah.
You don't use the money for yourself?
Yeah, I use for myself and for tzedakah and for the children. We send every 3 months $1,000 for one son and $1,000 for another one. And for Lillian's daughter, I give $10,000 for the wedding.
You once told me you don't want to use the money for yourself. You don't tell me that. Remember, you once told me that.
Not all of them. I have money. My husband, we have enough money. We have more than so we put in the stocks, and my husband had money gets big interest on it.
You once told me you don't want to use their money from them, the Germans.
Not all of them. That time I had very little. That's what I gave it away.
Uh-huh.
My husband gives it away.
He won't use the money? Why not?
He needed $4,000 gave away.
Why?
For the children and for tzedakah.
Why won't he?
Go ask him.
What do you think is the reason why?
Well, this is then he thinks about that stuff. He didn't live through I did. He was only in the Arbeitskamp. He was 5 months already free from everything when I was in the biggest the biggest things.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Can you show us some pictures of
I haven't got
of
pictures.
your father and your mother? And of your husband when he was young? Can you show us?
I haven't got, I don't know where it is, because I'm gonna next time juice or something.
No, thank you.
Because, you know, my husband, when I lose weight, he said not to bake.
Right.
So
Do you have a wedding picture of yourself and your husband somewhere? It's gone?
It's gone.
What happened?
And they didn't make good pictures that time. That was in Czechoslovakia.
Uh-huh.
They in Hungary, after the war, they didn't, it's junky. There isn't.
Whatchamacallit, and when you get a chance, when I come in the summer, you'll get me the picture of you have a picture of your mother and father?
I only have for my father. I have Maybe that time I'm gonna have, because I have
Your brother.
my uncle was in Europe and I was 8 years old. My uncle from here, who brought us here, and that time he made a few pictures. This picture is not really good. This is my son. This is my granddaughter, and that's his the son who was in Baltimore. And they when was young. I made this for them. Yeah, time flies away. That's just my older son. That's here. That's is my older son. And that's my daughter when she was 4. This is my grandchildren. I haven't got great-grandchildren because I forgot all this to bring them. I don't know where to put them anymore. Yeah, it's such a cute little boys. And they was 9 years old and they was 11. Look how cute them.
They're your nachas, right? They give you nachas.
What?
They give you nachas?
Yeah. I have a similar picture upstairs alone for my older son. He's alone. They told me I will be very happy in my life. Hour is a minute when something comes through. That's why you shouldn't say bad things or such good things. Okay, come on, I'm going to teach you. See that beautiful picture there I made us. My son was 20 that time. My daughter was 4.
Thank you so much for
All right.
for doing it.
Where else you going?
We have a few people that we've done already.
Here? Yeah.
So her.
But she went away to Israel.
Yeah, she went to Israel. She went to live with her daughters. We interviewed her. We interviewed my grandmothers, 2 grandmothers, my mother-in-law, even my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do my parents. And
You
we're gonna show
I have
them.
beautiful clothes. I have so many beautiful
Just
things.
maybe basically just the family, you know.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. We'll see. We don't know.